Sliva strings. Today we'll be covering spiccato, bouncing bow stroke. So first we'll take our bow, and then we will put the bow into our right hand, like we did in our earlier videos. And your bow grip has to be very loose. Otherwise, you're gonna have major problems with this bow stroke. One important question is, where in the bow do we do spiccato? Well, first we'll learn how to do spiccato in the most comfortable part of the bow, which is the balance point. What is the balance point? You take your finger, and at the point in which your bow balances, right around there in my bow, is where the balance point is. This will be the easiest place for the bow to bounce. Also, when you're doing this bow stroke, you don't want gravity to work against you. What I mean by that is, a lot of times violinists have the tendency to drop their instruments like this, and then so if you can just see that if you do this bouncing stroke, you can just guess what will happen. It'll just go downwards and keep going down. Pretty soon you're all the way over here where your fingers are. Or if your violin is like this, you might just compensate by tightening up the right hand in order to keep it in place, and we don't want that. That'll make the sound sound sort of fake or something. It won't be as rich as it could be if your fingers are loose. Another thing that will help with the execution of this stroke is if you think about like bouncing a ball with your right hand, sort of, because you need that flexibility in your wrist and your fingers. Because imagine trying to bounce a ball like this, it won't work. You don't see anyone doing that because it doesn't work. Same thing goes for violin. You're bouncing the bow on the string. So you need that relaxed feel, that kind of natural bouncing sort of motion that we create when we bounce a ball. We use the same idea with the string. Watch for it. Finally, the way that I would recommend practicing this would be on open strings, on all of them, to get used to the stroke on all of the strings. And then later, working it into a scale. Thank you for watching Sliva Strings and our lesson on spiccato.